Hi, this is Lara at Elliott Wave Forex with your free US dollar index Elliott Wave analysis for the week ending Friday the 10th of September. A quick look at an historical chart just going back 3 years. I have the start of a cycle degree wave C down here. This is going to be a 5-wave structure at primary degree. We've had primary 1, an expanded flat correction for primary 2, and we're working on primary 3 to the upside. Within primary 3, we've already had intermediate 1, 2, and we're in the early stages of intermediate wave 3 to the upside. A mid-term target for the end to this black wave 3 is about 103.52, where it will reach 1.618, the length of this first wave at intermediate degree. Taking you now to a daily chart for the last year, with this black 1 and black 2. Is this black 1 and black 2, and here's our 5 waves up at minor degree to end intermediate wave 1, our little zigzag ABC down for intermediate wave 2, which ended around about the 4th wave of 1 lesser degree, a really common ending point for corrections. And now we're in the early phases of black wave 3 to the upside. Within this black wave 3, we're still within blue or minor wave 1. Within blue 1 to the upside, we've had 1, we're working on 2, we're working on 3 to the upside now, 2 here is complete. Upwards movement is impulsive here, and downwards movement is corrective, which tells us the trend is up. There is another possible interpretation here, that this could have been A of black 2 with a 3-wave structure up for B, and we could be working on C to the downside. I don't think that's the case, because when we look at this recent movement here just for the last few days, upwards movement is clearly impulsive and downwards movement is corrective, which fits with this wave count and not with such an alternate that sees us in a C wave to the downside. We shouldn't see any movement below 80.14 now that this blue wave 1 is in progress. Taking you now to an hourly chart where this pink 2 is this pink 2 down here. And here was the end of our ABC correction to the downside, and this is what I mean by upwards movement is impulsive. This is a very, very clear impulsive wave with an extension probably in the 3rd wave position. You could also label it as a 5th wave extension. Thereafter, this movement to the downside is very obviously corrective, so it tells us that the trend is still upwards. So we have a 1, 2, an extended 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 3, 4, 5. Some reasonable Fibonacci relationships in here within wave 1 green. Wave 3 has no Fibonacci ratio I can find to wave 1, but wave 5 orange here is 0.01 longer than wave 1. So 5 and 1 tending really, really close to equality. The same relationship we find within this 3rd wave extension between these purple waves 1, 3 and 5. Wave 3 purple has no Fibonacci relationship to wave 1 purple, but wave 5 and 3 purple are very close to equality, with wave 5 being 0.01 shorter than equality with wave 3, which leaves wave 3 as not the shortest, but it's not the longest, so that's fine. The rule is it cannot be the shortest, which doesn't mean to say it has to be the longest. Thereafter, we've got an expanded flat correction for the 2nd wave at green degree with a 3-wave structure down for A, a zigzag, an ABC 3-wave structure and an expanded flat itself for wave B to end beyond the start of A. This is a 111% correction of A. The rule for an expanded flat is B must be 105% the length of A minimum, and that rule is met here. Thereafter, we're working on a 1, 2, working on a 3, still to have a 4, and then a 5 to the downside, a 5-wave structure for wave C orange to end the 2nd wave at green degree. A target to the downside, 82.11, is where wave C orange, which began here, will reach 1.618, the length of this wave A orange. That's the most common relationship between the two for an expanded flat correction. We should not see any movement below 81.88 as the 2nd wave at green degree cannot move beyond the start of wave 1 green. So a little bit more downwards movement today for the dollar. We're looking at a trend change coming up pretty soon, and the next movement for the dollar, this upwards movement, is the middle of a 3rd wave. We should see an increase in momentum to the upside. It should be stronger and probably longer than this wave. When I know the end to wave 2 to the downside, we can then use the relationship between 1 and 3 in this length here to calculate a target to the upside for wave 3 green. We're not there yet. So that's all from me with your dollar analysis, and I hope everyone had a fabulous weekend.